Greetings and welcome back to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me later, in a few minutes, I'll tell you when, and tell them like it is. I'm ldghwih, your hostess. Thank you so much for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Welcome, welcome. I hope everybody had a fantastic week. I know I've had a lot of fun this week on purpose. You'll get to see some of that in a minute. In a few minutes, I'll wait till a bunch of people come in. So first thing I want to do is tell everybody share. Everybody needs to see this. And, you know, just because we discovered it afterwards doesn't mean that it doesn't affect us just as much, I guess you could say. So, what I'm gonna show you later is something that 451 actually came up with. So and I'm sure that if you've been listening to him, he's already explained it a couple of times. But it was fun. You'll enjoy it. I'm hoping that you'll pass it along. All right. Let's see all of that. Greetings, everything. All right. Let's see, who do we have in the chats? Lizzie Longtoes. I'm so sorry to hear about your pooch. I know how that is. You know, I've lived long enough to have lost enough pooches, and I've got two little kitties now that are very old, and they don't get around much, etc., etc. So yeah, you know it's coming sometimes, but you sure don't like it, and you don't have to like it. So God bless you, of course. Much love to you and your rescues and everyone in the family for your loss. I'm so sorry. Prayers up. Ranger, welcome to the show. And of course, Lizzie Longtoes. She's my famous friend. I feel so fortunate to have her as a part of my fan base here, or my followers, or people that hang out in my pond, if you will. All right. Pitbull Doorbell, welcome to the show. Blue-Eyed Devil, welcome. Oh, was that your little poochie? Salty Puppers. R.I.P. little salty puppers. Little sweetie. All right. I'm your ninja. Welcome to the show, Looter's Paradise. Let's take it nationwide. Yeah. Yeah, actually, towards the end of the show, I've got something to show you that somebody recorded that it was just kind of delicious. You know, the guy could hear him, but like I say, I've got all kinds of things to cover tonight, so no rushing. We don't have to rush on this. Let's see. Hallie, welcome to the show. We got Crazy H Drums and Hallie and Limited Access. I don't see Bruin Backhand yet, but I'm sure he'll be here. Maybe. Once again, share. That was on YouTube. And Sai over there on Rumble. Oh, okay. I see. Do you want me to give away your secret, Sai? Of course, if you go on Rumble, you'll see his secret. He's actually Blue-Eyed Devil. Blue-Eyed Devil. But that's cool. That's cool. Very cool. Welcome, everyone. I appreciate y'all being here. Once again, I hope you guys had a phantasmagorical great week. All right, one more thing I got to do here. Real quick. Is it going to show me a commercial? No. I guess I'm not that kind of, what do they call it on Rumble? Monetized. Everything gets monetized afterwards, though. It's weird. All right. Pitbull Doorbell. Drunken Rocky. Of course, don't forget his show. I'll do my plugs real quick here, since I'm seeing everybody, and I'm waiting. Like I say, I am going to do a premiere. I did a video especially for a protest for Miller Lite, since they've decided to go all woke on us women as well. I'll go over that, but like I say, I'm waiting for everybody to get in here. I don't want anybody to miss it, and I'm pretty sure at least some memer is going to want to record it. It should actually. I'm actually gonna post it after the show, but you're gonna want to see it because this is the very first time anybody has ever seen it other than me or my old man. All right, so my shout outs tonight to 451 Actual, of course, for this particular idea. In fact, if you want to let him know, and I know he was letting everyone know. He was on Monday anyway. I was busy on Wednesday. I had to take my car to the shop on Wednesday, so I didn't get to hang around, so I'm not sure. And of course, Pastor Chatelet from the pond. Red Dawn Radio, DJ Brandrek, the Drunken Rocky, once again is after this show. Hello, Lady Ninja, and I'm your ninja. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Raynoth, DJ Based, Kevin's Chaotic Coffee, Tom America Floats. I still don't see him on the Pure Blood TV guide for some reason, and I know that he comes on, at least on Thursdays, he comes on right before I do. So, was there some problem, maybe, perhaps? He didn't ask to be on there? He doesn't want to be on there? I don't know. I'm just curious. All right. Of course, 2 Minutes to Midnight, Magical Trevor. I haven't seen 2 Minutes to Midnight in a while. Reverend Rant and some guy from Maine. And then, of course, Rougarou, Not Me Being Town, who are the men with the plan. They do the Pure Blood TV guide. I noticed that you took off the Give Send Go, I think it was, for the former Marine up in New York. Of course, he made over $2.4 million. Hopefully that's enough for him for a while. Tom Start. Oh, his start times fluctuate. Oh, I always thought he was on like at 5, right? Like right before me. Okay, whatever. And then, of course, we're still okay, yeah, the Daniel Perry Legal Fund. There it is. I didn't see it up top anymore. All I saw was the advertise on the Pure Blood Network. And, of course, all you got to do is go there and click on that link. I see that Ranger Candy Coffee Company. Is that you, Ranger07? Is that your new coffee company? Or your coffee company? Can Killer. Welcome. Welcome. Skeletor. Love ya too. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you being here. Really do. Really do. Anyway, of course, like I say, this is the on air, which I'm not seeing me. And I can only guess. Oh, there it goes. That's weird. Usually it pops up. This time I had to refresh. All right. Let's see. All right. Lizzie Longtoes is still lurking. There's Pastor Chatelet. Thank you for being here. Ree! Out in the country, we sound like the little piggies. Ree! Okay. Anyway, I found out something about that because I remember this Sergeant Daniel Perry's Give Send Go. I know it's not a GoFundMe or anything like that anymore. Does that company even exist anymore? I never hear about GoFundMe anymore. Making NPCs scissor each other. Okay. Whatever you say, man. How do you do that to NPCs? If they're non-participating, you must have a crack or something that you're able to control them. Okay. All right. And of course, the news, Pure Blood Media news and everything like that. But the one thing I wanted to show you was just in. They updated this today, a couple of minutes just before I got online here. Is the subway witnesses are calling Daniel Penny a hero. He saved a lot of people's lives. So I'm hoping that they'll listen to some of these people because there's actually literally people on Twitter calling for that entire car of people to be arrested because they didn't do anything when Penny restrained him. So yeah, there's some wild shit going on around this particular thing right here. And had it not been the races that it was, you'd never heard about it. You'd never hear about it. You'd never hear about it. In fact, how many times was the person that died arrested? And how many times was he not arrested? How many times has he like assaulted people and hurt people? Things like that. So yeah, but it's good to see people coming out finally speaking up for the right thing. So I figured you guys would want to know that. That just came out. Like I say, that just came across my feeds. A lot of stuff comes out across my feed as I'm preparing for the show, and I hope this is true. I hope this is true. To say, Jordan Neely's saga continues. A retiree who witnessed the incident has come forward to voice her support for Marine veteran Daniel Penny while criticizing Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg for the prosecution. The retiree, a longtime New York City resident of over 50 years, expressed her belief that Penny's actions were heroic and necessary to protect the safety of passengers. Okay, so since that person's been there so long, excuse me, got a little bit of heartburn today. Since that person has actually been there so long, they've probably rode the subway for a long time, and they know that it's actually kind of dangerous. Let's see. Hallie says, I passed by a wall with the graffiti, Justice for Neely. Okay, wonderful. So they're painting everything up too. Yeah, these protesters just seem to think that they can just do anything they want to do. For any reason that they claim is a good reason. And like I say, there is actually more video out there saying that, the former Marine held the guy down because he was going around threatening people, telling people he wasn't afraid to die. He was going to take a bullet. He would kill or die for whatever it was that he wanted that day. It's like he was probably pissing off the men and scaring the piss out of the women. And again, I was going to say, I've known people that have been from New York, and a lot of them have moved away from New York strictly to get away from the subway, having to ride the subway. Having a car up there is not supposedly a thing unless you're like one of those corporate heads or something like that. You don't see, the 1% or whatever. Hallie, do you take the subway, I take it? Lady Ninja, welcome. Brad Allen, badass Brad Allen, welcome to the show. I hope I'm not been banned. Welcome. Good to see you, man. All right, just want to make sure that I catch everybody if I can. Hopefully, I don't get too big to where I don't don't start missing people. But I'm sure you'll understand. Sparky, Ree! And 1205, welcome to the show. Yes, you take the subway. So you'll have to call me in a little bit when I open the phone lines and let us know what that's actually like. Subways have deteriorated badly, she says. Oh yeah, well, I was up there in like 78, 79, I think. Might have been earlier than that, because I wasn't very old. I wasn't even 10 yet. But the one thing I do remember about that, and I don't think we ever rode the subway, but the one thing I do remember about being in New York was that the playgrounds were all concrete. The swings were really, really, really tall. Of course, I was really small, so they probably seemed that way. But they were actually cemented in. It wasn't like my swing set at home where if you went up a little bit too high, it would start rocking. So, Sergeant Tripod, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. All right. Anyway, I just thought you guys would like to know that there are people coming out for our Marine friend, and it's been a good thing to see people contributing to his defense, because I don't really think he meant to eliminate that person. I really don't. But he also, it looked like to me, I mean, it was in a car full of people and this one guy was going crazy. What would you have done? Not to mention the fact these are people's mothers, these are people's wives, these are people's sisters, these are people's families, these are people's people. Why do they need to continue putting up with this guy? And this guy's been doing this for, what did they say, almost 12 years? People were afraid of him. And he had a long history of hurting people. That to me alone would have I would have wanted to get away from him as fast as I possibly could. But this is one of the reasons why people have stopped being good Samaritans too, is the fact that somebody goes absolutely nuts, you take care of it because nobody else will, and the cops have been pretty much cuckolded, if you will. And you save someone else's life, you save a lot of other people's lives, and then you're the one that gets in trouble for it. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Not cool. Hallie says, bums, trash, and barf. It's an urban jungle. Oh, goodness. Don't mess with the fog. Is fog here? Behave yourself if you're here, fog. Hey, it's Big Fat Paulie. Thank you for being here. All right. Okay. All right. Of course, you guys know how to support the channel. I have a PayPal. I have a Ko-Fi, which came very highly recommended by Pastor Chatelet, with either a one-time tip or a super chat, or excuse me, or a membership there. I have a Cash App, and you can super chat me or become a member in Odysee or super chat me on Rumble. My show and my channel are completely supported by you guys. And hopefully I won't ever need one of those pesky sponsors that I have to bother you with all the time, like I'm starting to hear Salty do with the what is it, Green something or other, Field of Greens or something like that. Believe it or not, the craziest thing is, believe it or not, oh shit, what is his name now? I've got him in my head. Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore is actually promoting the exact same thing. It's really kind of strange. It was kind of surreal when I saw Jimmy Dore pull it up and start saying, hey, yeah, man, sometimes people don't get enough vitamins and minerals. Hey, I can do him. I watch him so much. Russian bot, welcome to the show. All right. Anyway, and then of course you add that slash and then my name to it for some kind of a fucking discount or whatever like that. Those are annoying. They really are. But all my links are below. Click on some of them, will you? And of course, the most important thing you can do and is to share. Hopefully you guys will help me grow my channel. I intend very soon to add pill.net and maybe even Twitter to my feeds. And I want to thank you guys for all the support that you've given me up until this point. And so far, I wouldn't be here without y'all. Couldn't do it without y'all. Wouldn't want to do it without y'all. God, how boring would it be to just talking to the camera and nobody responds? I'm also hoping you guys will get me your stingers and your clips and everything like that for your commercials. I would like to incorporate you guys into my show. And I know that there are some creators that watch here and everything like that. I would like to support you guys like you support me. All right. All right. I'm going to open the phone lines now. Let me find the little linky here. All right. Is the phone lines... Well, okay. All right. Is the phone lines there open? Somebody sent me a text that said, sorry, I can't talk right now on Monday. Wrong number. All right. Steve Bannon is now promoting Field of Greens. He must add it to his scotch. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised that the body positivity movement hasn't actually said anything about those, because I keep hearing about the fact that they help you lose weight and stuff like that too. And of course, you know how they feel about it. If you lose weight on purpose, you're a bigot. If you come up with a line like that, you're an idiot. There's Bruin Backhand. Welcome to the show over there on YouTube. All right. First, another thing that came up across my feed as I was working on this, I didn't have a whole lot of time to look into it, but I did get a couple of articles. More aggressive rumors about DeSantis, supposedly, according to Forbes and almost everybody else on the internet right now within the last hour and a half. have, or well, should I say? Let's see. This one came out at 12. This one came at 12 or 11:30 Eastern time. DeSantis will reportedly run for president next week. Here's what we know about his campaign. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to announce his presidential candidacy next week, a moment that will effectively mark the start of the 2024 election cycle and formalize the quasi-campaign DeSantis has been waging while building a legislative record he can champion on the national stage. Got a phone call already. All right, greetings. You're on the air.
Oh my God. You don't want me on the air because I got so much to say, girl.
Oh, hello.
Holy crap.
It's limited access, everyone.
Oh my God. All right. So, people might not know I've been having problems with my health. And y'all need to make sure your health and whatever they're giving you, you can either find something else or do whatever. Don't do the pharmaceuticals. I'm going to have to do a biological pharmaceutical really soon here because life ain't working real great for me with the RA. Not really. My dad was able to shoot gold into his veins. His sister too.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore, and they don't shoot gold into your veins anymore. Although maybe adrenochrome, but I'm not good on that anyways.
Oh. Hello, Mr. Tizo and Judas 69er. Welcome to the show. Appreciate it. Go on.
No. Y'all keep donating. I'm trying to get the people off the YouTube for you, girl.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm trying.
Yep.
I'm trying.
Well, I'm growing on Rumble faster than I ever have on YouTube.
I know. I keep shoving them towards Rumble and saying, hey, if you like memes and you like chat, hey, go to Odysee. And then maybe we can do them both. Because I will do them both. I mean, I'll have them both going while y'all and Salty and Red Dawn and 451. Hey, I just realized what 451 actual meant. And I went,
really?
Wait? And I'm like, really?
Hey, Muko. What a cute little kitty that is. Thank you. Oh, goodness.
Fuck you, Muko. Oh, I hate that guy. Anyways. Hey, I'm just saying. I managed to get some stuff out, and if you're having problems with like your tomatoes or anything, go look on YouTube. You can find pretty much anybody that knows what they're doing on the YouTube. I put out my seedlings. They were doing good, but it was like 3 rainy days, and I left them in the... I was like, oh, that's going to be great because they were hydro-grown. Need that moisture. No, not really. Not really.
You got to water them. You got to water them daily, but they don't like wet feet.
Mildew.
Yeah. I say you got to water them daily, but they don't like wet feet.
No. Yeah, and they didn't like their leaves being wet for 3 days. I didn't
Hal.
water them. But they got the mildew and all that. So I'm like, oh, crap. What do you do for tomato mildew? You try to pinch them off, and then you spray them with like a peroxide and water spray and cross your fingers. I'm like, oh my God, I've been working on these things in the hydro thing and it's all a learning process. Oh God.
Oh yeah, sure. Especially if you do it outside because the weather's never the same twice. So yeah.
Right. How is everybody's seeds going? Yours? Maybe Red Dawn? and
I haven't killed anything yet.
safety.
I don't have any crop or anything like that. In fact, I have to
Well,
look.
not crop, but did they germinate?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, so I have
Really?
to look up and see when to harvest my garlic, because those look like big blades of grass now. And my tomatoes are
Oh,
doing
heck yeah.
fine
Yep.
so far.
Anything that I sent you, did it germinate? And that's what I'm wondering, because I'm planting up here, and the stuff that I gave you was some of the stuff I got out of the grocery store, and did it like they told me on YouTube and whatever, and I sent it to you, and I sent it to a bunch of people, and I want to know, are they germinating? Because if they're not, then there's something going sideways.
Been banned.
And we need to know.
Been banned.
Right,
You don't really
sorry.
do that. You don't really do that, dude. He says, I pee on my neighbor's flowers at night. Why would you do that?
Dude. I mean, unless you're drinking beer all day long, that might be a good thing for their... But it would be better if you did that in a container and let it sit for a couple of days, and then maybe the vitamins that you're intaking, which you're probably not because you're peeing on your neighbor's stuff. So it's probably just pure alcohol. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that, because that's kind of like, a bulldog pissing on your fucking plants in your neighborhood.
Polly, please stop
Yeah,
posting that shit, will you? Good grief. I can't. Put it this way. That grosses me out, okay? Please.
Oh, no, the slugs. I mean, I just saw a video on how to get rid of slugs, and he had to show them. I'm like, what? But yeah,
Beer.
I know how to kind of get rid of them, because, I mean, we got a little bit of them here in South Dakota, but not real bad. But down in where he's at,
Skeletor says, I pee on my own flowers in the daytime.
I just want to all over everything. All right, y'all. I love you bunches. Hey, y'all on YouTube, come to Rumble. Dude, Odysee is the best chat, and you will be able to say pretty much anything you want to.
Just about.
Please come.
As long as it ain't against the law.
Pretty much. Well, there's some things that, don't need to be said, for real.
Indeed.
Yeah. Love you bunches, and hey, keep growing, keep dehydrating, because you know what? They're coming for us. They're coming. Woo.
Yep.
Love you bunches.
Okay. Thanks for calling. You have a great night.
Girl. Thank you for letting me talk.
No problem. Have a great night.
You
Watch
too.
for the premiere. It's coming. You'll enjoy this. All right. Good night. All right. Great call. Let's see. Now, where was I? Okay. We were talking about Governor DeSantis actually expecting to announce his presidential candidacy next week. Personally, I think it would be a mistake at this point. But if that's what they're gonna do, that's what they're gonna do. Mainly, it's what's gonna happen. This is gonna be the same thing as what ended up happening with Clinton and what the funny boy. What the hell was his name? The one that was from Texas. He had the little teeny weeny squishy face. You know who I'm talking about. He basically split the Republican vote, and Clinton won the election. They're going to try to do the same thing this time. Put it this way. What do you think they mean by any means necessary? Do I really think Trump can beat Biden in a fair fight? He should have beat him the first time. That's all I have to say about that. Fog's favorite workout. There you go. That's better, Paulie. Thank you very much. Nothing grosser than two guys slobbing on each other. I'm sorry, but yeah, no, thank you. Ross Perot, there you go, Ranger. Thank you for reminding me. I'm a blonde, you know what I mean? All right. I see everybody in here. Can you finish what? What do you want to finish there, Ranger? Oh, there's a phone call. Greetings, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Hallie. Hi.
There you are. Hello, Hallie.
Hi. Hi.
Did you call to tell us about the subway?
Oh, it's awful. It's every day. I mean, I go to and from Brooklyn to Manhattan, and there's always a bum. There was one train where everybody was to one side because someone barfed all over the seat. It's every single day. It's somebody. On the one hand, I feel sorry for them. But the other, it's just like that guy Neely. He's not getting the help that he needed. The irony to me is that it's progressives that they, or I should say the conservatives feel these people should have been institutionalized. The progressives are against it. So here they are now complaining that Neely was a victim of the social system, that he had mental health issues. Well, you wanted it. You thought you were allowing him to run around free. That's what you wanted. And as far as the whole thing is this, they contradict themselves. It's really sad and sickening. I just mentioned, I wrote the thing there about my feeling that I hope DeSantis enters the race. I personally would prefer him to Trump, but I just think people, regardless of DeSantis, do you think Trump would have a chance? A chance of beating Biden? I mean, I think DeSantis would probably. Because he's younger, but like you said, it's a way of splitting the Republican Party. But I'll vote for whoever gets nominated. But I don't know if there are a lot of people who feel the same way as I.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would you? I don't know your feelings. You feel like it's Trump or Mickey Mouse, or that's it. Or would you really vote for? I shouldn't mention Mickey Mouse in front of DeSantis, but that would literally be DeSantis or Mickey Mouse. But I don't know if you. I don't know your feelings about DeSantis, but would you vote for whoever? Either one. I mean, does it matter to you that Trump would get in, or
I personally don't think DeSantis is ready yet. Not to mention the fact, like I said, he's taken him an awful long time to just come to it, because everybody's been saying he's going to do it, he's going to do it, he's going to do it. He hasn't said that himself. It's still someone else saying that he's going to. So I'll believe it when I see it.
We don't know. Exactly. I reached a point now. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's still articles that say, "Oh, Trump's washed up," and then the others will say he's. I'll have to wait and see. What do you think, though, that guy Kennedy? By the way, as far as the Democrat side, Ronald, was it RFK Jr.?
It doesn't sound like they're going to give him much of a chance. In fact, the DNC's supposedly already decided that they're not having any debates for the primaries. They're not having any. It doesn't sound to me like they're going to allow any kind of primary to even happen. So he might just be wasting his time. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they're desperate to prop up Biden. Is that? Yeah, because I know the only reason Biden's election reflects their cultural miasma, but I don't know if the young people are going to Well, they'll vote for him because they can manipulate him. Neither DeSantis nor Trump is somebody who could just be pushed around. But I just wondered. I mean, Kennedy maybe. I think he's a little bit off his rocker, but Kennedy family, right? Certainly I liked his father, but I don't know. It would have seemed like they would want somebody that seems a little bit more of a centrist. I guess I could be wrong. I don't know.
Actually, the system seems to want whoever is going to go along with whatever they want. They'll portray them as a centrist, or they'll portray them as what the American people are actually asking for. But you've seen it. They don't end up. It ends up not being anything near it.
Yeah, that's why they want all these migrants here, just so they can maybe get more votes. I get the feeling the blacks are being phased out, but that's just my own I don't work too far.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And actually, they're noticing it too. In fact, I've got a video about that in a little bit too.
Yeah. I just was the fact that when I happened in Chicago, they were protesting about putting the migrants. It actually happened here also in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, not far from where I live. They're putting migrants there, and the people were, the residents were up, whatever the local people were up in arms.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good that the blacks maybe wake up to it, because I really think they've been played. And here now they can, now if we get more, enough of these people will be.
Well, I look at it this way, they're talking about this is supposed to be a population replacement, and since the black population is not even half of what the white population is, what population do you think is going to get erased first?
Yeah, well, it's true. Yeah, it's both, both being, Well, I think both are, experiencing a lot of problems right now. I think they parallel each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what they want is this, they call it the mobs and snobs party, but they want basically a bunch of these white liberals and maybe, Hispanics to cheap labor for them. I don't know how legal Hispanics feel about these people. Again, I understand somebody wanting a better life.
They hate it. They hate it. In fact, that was one of the reasons why a lot of Floridians, who are a lot of them are Cubans that have come over here, and that's the reason why they voted for Trump in this last election. Nobody could figure out, oh my God, these people are supposed to be Democrats, but they've seen this. They've seen this. They've been through this before. And they know that there's no place to escape to if we do it again. So,
I know. Exactly. I don't know how Asians can vote Democrat. I mean, they didn't seem, considering the way they're been excluded from things, perceived. Anyway, listen, I got to get back here. I'm at the Lite. It's busy right now. Final exams and stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. My day schedule will be. I'll be able to, talk to you from home next week. No, not next week. I won't be. Next week's the holiday, Shavuos, a Jewish holiday, so I won't be available.
Oh, okay.
Actually, afterwards, I'll be home during the.
All right. Well, you stay safe in those subways up there now. You hear?
Yeah. Listen, I used to enjoy staying late at work after hours to get some stuff done and kind of chill. Now I just want to get the hell home.
I hear you.
It really is awful. It's so demoralizing. I really just feel like neglect is, you can cut it with a knife. Yeah. All right. Okay. So have a good night.
Thank you. Much love.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
All right. Great call. All right. On to what we were talking about before. Now, I did a thing on Monday morning. We were met with something that couldn't be more Monday-ish. This stupid commercial from Miller Lite.
Here's a little known fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever.
Says you.
From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones.
And who do you think they were brewing it for?
Doing the brewing. Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis.
Oh yeah, they just forced us all into these bikinis with all of these dollars and all the money and fame and everything, attention that these girls were going to get back then. They just forced them to do the bikini shots.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Look at this wild. It's time beer made it up to women. So today...
Yeah, it was wild. We had wild times. We had a good time. We didn't lecture everybody about every little thing. In fact, it was so funny. I believe Salty Cracker called her a toe. Shape of a toe. Whose toe, though?
Hey, Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their shit, but the whole beer industry's shit.
Oh yeah, like we made them responsible for this, and they made themselves responsible for cleaning up all of the shit, if you will.
Miller Lite has been scouring the internet for all this shit and buying it back. So
yeah, I'll bet they are.
We can turn it into good shit for women brewers. Literally, good shit. How?
Nobody else, just women brewers. Yep, Polly. Oh, Ranger, yeah, that's pretty funny right there.
What you ask? Ladies, take it away.
First, we turn the bad shit into compost. Then we feed compost to worms, push out beautiful fertilizer. That good shit helps farmers grow quality hops, which is then donated to women brewers to...
Yeah, quality hops that have actually ingested all of the chemicals and the inks and the colors and all the other stuff that they use this stuff for. If this is what they're using to make this compost. I don't know if I'd want to eat or drink anything that was used with compost made with magazine papers, if you will. Because, I mean, isn't that just like a bunch of chemicals and like they all had the slick covering on them and lots of inks and lots of chemicals and stuff? Okay, I think I'll pass on these, but go ahead.
make their own really good shit.
But there's definitely more shit out there. In your attic, in the garage, in your parents' basement. Send any shit you got into Miller Lite, and they'll turn that into good shit too.
Oh, they're scouring the internet to buy this shit back. But they want you to send yours to them free. Hello?
Oh. So here's to
Oh, what was that?
women. Because without us, there would be no beer.
Without women, there would be no nothing. No people, anyway. Alright, so we also talked about something that should go viral, and as I can see, there's already a huge backlash about this lecture, about a substance that folks usually use while relaxing or partying. You know, trying to escape their already drudge of a life sometimes. Relaxing with friends, maybe playing some golf or some tennis or some b-ball together, you know. Meeting up, having drinks with family and friends. Most times, though, it's hardworking men. And I mean in the blazing sun for hours, digging ditches and nailing roofs, riveting girders, you know, real man stuff. The stuff that makes them all sweat. They have to take a shower when they first get home and take off their shoes. Cementing isn't real easy either, and because of the fact that the heat from that and the heat, yeah, cement and stuff like that, that's not, so these are the men that actually make the world go around and keep it at least growing and working, or in good repair, for the most part. Let's see. You guys are really mad at Fog this time. That's all you guys are talking about. Brad Allen says, didn't she do topless pics for something stupid? Yeah, I'm getting to that. In fact, the backlash on this new shit video, aptly named, I might add, but the backlash on this was so bad that the chief marketing officer, Sophia Colucci, she's a very pretty blonde lady, of Molson Coors that was evidently in charge of this campaign, they deleted their LinkedIn profiles within hours of its rediscovery and backlash. The video is actually, this video actually came out a month before the Bud Light video with DM. But when I did some research on this fiasco, I found out that the comedian, Lana Glazer, the person you saw that looks like a toe. Has anyone ever heard of her? She's supposedly a comedian. But, yeah, I bet she's fun at parties. But it turns out that both her, Lana Glazer, and Sophia Colucci are both extremely huge hypocrites about the bikini bullshit. As if you look up their names and bikini, you will see thousands of pictures on social and all over the net in bikinis for them to get attention. In fact, Unfunny Lana, now that you had mentioned that, Brad Allen, that she did some topless pics, she actually did. She did a video without her without anything on top, jiggling around with some kind of cartoon over her for the DNC. Vote for the Democrats. Vote for the Democrats. So there's that. So I made this video in response to all of the feminist crap that no longer speaks to me or for the likes of me, and frankly, most women that I know of anyway. And I think this videos and others like it should go viral. And again, this was 451 Actual's idea. He said, now it's time for the women to start protesting this. So this is what I did, and here comes my protest to Miller Lite Premier. Ready, buddy? Everybody hit record? Everybody ready to hit record? Here we go. You know, it's bad enough that over the years these big companies have been telling us, buy, 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 consume, consume, consume. You'll be better for it. You'll be nicer for it. You'll be more liked for it. And now they're telling us the exact opposite for the exact same reason. Especially the beer companies, at the behest of women. Not uterus havers, not bleeders, not birthers, women. And we've been being told these things by people that have no business speaking to us or speaking for us at all. Today, as a woman, I'm going to show you what I think about your woke beer commercials. They didn't work on me back then, and this crap's certainly not going to work on me now. For all you women out there, and to the big-ass companies that can't seem to get their shit together, these are for you. Safety first. Yeah! Put that in your stein and drink it. They say that you don't need a gun to fuck things up. Well, I just proved it to you. So ladies, join me in the boycott of Miller Lite now, as they think that they can not only tell us how we are, but also use us to apologize for shitting on their base. Stop buying from these companies that hate us. Alright, so ladies! Again, you didn't need a gun. In fact, they were talking about, well, we need to do the same thing that Kid Rock did to Bud Light. I'm like, nah, why? And even 451 Actual said, well, you don't really need a gun, because I actually don't have enough land to actually do that kind of thing. I would have to have taken this to somebody else's land to do this if I wanted to do it with a gun. But I love the way that made them pop, and I actually got a new machete. That machete is new. My old man got it for me for Mother's Day. Aren't I blessed? I love it. Need to sample that pop sound for the intro of a song. Cool. Do it, man. Go for it. That's why I played it. I'm going to also upload it after the show. Hopefully, we can share it and make it go viral, because both of these big-ass beer companies, in fact, Miller Lite literally profited off of the problem with Bud Light. And then that's why this got noticed. And it was like, really? You're going to tell you're going to try and make it up to women who don't really give two shits about this beer to begin with? To be honest with you, I don't know a lot of women that drink this kind of beer, these light beers. In fact, one of my favorite, well, most of the friends I know drink wine. But I like a good dark beer. I can't stand light beer. Thank you. I am blessed. Maybe Pabst Blue Ribbon will become king. You never know. Actually, the one beer that I keep hearing being mentioned, and it's weird because I always thought this was a Chinese beer for some dumb reason, but it's Yingling. It looks like a Chinese name. Stupid chat keeps freezing. I'm sorry, Sparky. I don't know why. I'm sure it's not my fault. But yeah, ain't I special? I love my new machete. And he thought that was pretty cool too. He was actually standing behind me and he's like, "Damn, that was awesome." So you saw why I love my new machete, and of course that's one of my protectors in my home. So as far as that goes, and of course you see the jungle that I live in, so but can you imagine that every social event and event that is meant to be or always has been fun becomes a tedious, boring, even snobbish affair where most common folks probably wouldn't want to go anyway and would never be welcome? Imagine these holier-than-thou twats trying to convince everybody that they're the ones drinking this beer with the fancy cocktail glasses. Pinkies up. Pinkies up. Yeah, right. But, again, that ain't happening. Although, with the dopier that our elites seem to be getting, maybe this earth will see that. You know, in fact, they'll be so dopey, that's the only thing that they can brew. Or that somebody can brew. That's the only thing, that's the only alcohol that they'll be able to. And of course, you know damn well they're going to prohibit it for everyone else at that point. That's just the way that shit works. And we're watching it day after day, we're watching it more and more. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if they're actually trying to ruin these companies on purpose. Just for that reason. They've been choosing and the winners and the losers of all this stuff for at least the last 3 years now that I know of. What do you think these lockdowns and shit were all about? All right. I also found that they're trying real hard now. I haven't seen anybody else mention this, but I also see that they're trying real hard now to attract the Hispanic population. This just came out a month ago. And it's Bud Light with chelada and tajin. So, but you notice, there's no spokesperson. There's nobody talking to them. It's just a can and some extra ingredients. Why is it that we get all these people waving their fingers at us, but they get just what the product is, which is how they should fucking advertise to begin with. So, and of course this here, now I'm not an expert or anything on it, but it looks more like a mojito than a beer to me. All right. Don't forget, phone lines are open. I've already gotten 2 phone calls. That's fantastic. Super Latinx gay beer. Well, that's what I'm saying. Actually, I noticed, I'm looking at the difference here, though. We get these people that are lecturing us either to accept them as something they're not, or to apologize to women that we didn't ask for, we didn't even really know or care until they brought this shit up. But they only get the product. That's what I mean. We get lectured and they get a product. It's like, all right. So you don't really want us to drink the beer for the beer anymore. In our case, you know, we have to be lectured on why it's cool to buy that beer or why you should listen to their woke bullshit. It just, like I say, it doesn't make any sense to me. We get lectured and everyone else just gets the product. Hey, buy our product. Look at what we got here for you. So, in Texas, cheladas are a beer Bloody Mary, not that shit. I wouldn't know. Again, I don't drink light beer. Space Pirate Yvonne, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Welcome. Don't forget the phone lines are open. Now, something that blew my mind as I was looking through things this week. Of course, Jazz Jennings has been a big topic. I've been following what they think about that, especially after I found out how abusive the mother was and how forceful she was about making her little boy into a woman or into a girl. That blew my mind. So the title of this one actually drew my attention, and I looked at it. And actually, after this, I couldn't go any farther. I didn't want to hear about the rest of the shit. But this might surprise you too, unless you follow Blair White too. But I think you'll like this. Texas has been good for Blair White. Watch.
And Texas Blair collects fun guns. So I have a couple new purchases. This is the first one. This is my PS90. It's really hard to fit her in the frame of the podcast for the YouTube viewers, but I am so excited to shoot her today. I'm actually taking her out, and she takes 50 rounds. The next one I'm going to show you also does, which I'm excited about because I don't think I have many guns that take 50 rounds. And you guys know I also got the Chris Vector. I shot that last time. Have not shot that one yet either. Taking that one out directly after I shoot this podcast. Super excited. And I just love her. Let me know if I should color her. I'm kind of exploring keeping her black. I know that's like a bit shocking for me because I'd be painting all my guns ridiculous colors, but she looks sexy black. But you never know. She may be transracial. And if that's the case, if she wants to change her color, who am I to stop her? Of all people? Oh, you can't change, but I can change. Okay. And next, we have...
That was a weird dig.
The Kel-Tec P50. This is like some like...
Don't know why it keeps flashing.
I don't even know. It looks kind of like space. Like a space gun. But also not.
Very cool.
Super sexy. Another 50 rounds. Have not shot her. Shooting her today. I really love Kel-Tec. You guys know I have the Kel-Tec KSG and the Fire Engine Red. And I'm excited to shoot her as well. This one I think I definitely do want to color. I think I definitely want to do her teal because I don't have any teal guns. And how sick would this be? Teal. Also, how sick would it be? I like low-key don't.
Oh yeah, you're gonna scare the shit out of everybody
but,
with a teal gun.
It would be kind of sickening to have like a trans-colored gun just for the shits and giggles of it. So I may do that. So if you see me with a trans-colored gun, don't ask questions. Y'all know I'm trans. Alright, so that is...
So yeah, after that I'm like, whoa! I don't really want to know anything else. That was cool enough as it was. So, what did... Somebody said that guy has nice guns. Yeah? Yup. Alright, on to the 2 wins that you saw in the title. 2 wins in 1 week's time, actually. It wasn't actually within the same week, but it was within a 7-day period, so I count it as a week. First, everyone's still talking about the Trump town hall on CNN last Wednesday. In fact, Mr. Reagan just dropped another video about it this morning. Of course, as the interviewer got the primetime spot on CNN, the lady that interviewed him for this town hall, if you want to call it that, everyone else in that clique, if you will, is squirting the leftist tears like they're going out of style. All right, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Where did it come up at? Oh, okay, Space Cowboy, welcome to the show. And thank you very much for the donation. You get one of these. That's how you support the channel. And of course, everything goes right back into the channel. That's a cute gun there, Jude. little purple Hello Kitty. Then that looks like a toy, though. It really looks like a toy. Nice 12 gauge there. Everybody's sharing pictures of their guns with me over here. That's really cool. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, okay. About most of that clique over there, especially CNN and blah blah blah. A platform. Well, they do that all day, every day, with all the politicians that they showcase, especially folks like Adam Schiff for brains, who the Republicans are now demanding he be ousted. That's a good thing. I think it was, I don't know if it was MTG or Lauren Boebert or one of those ones that are starting whatever it is, a council or whatever like that, to get him ousted after this Durham report came out. And that's why I say that's the second win in a week's time. But yeah, they're now demanding for him to be ousted because he literally looked the American public in the eye and lied and lied and lied and lied and lied and doubled down and tripled down and promised, oh, I've got all this proof, and he never did. In fact, he's no better than that actor that hung on to Roseanne for so long. That loser. Talk about an idiot. I think I may have even seen a headline or two about the Pulitzers that have been awarded for this phony baloney Russia hoax. Hoax. It was stupid. Now, really, guys, do you think that if he was really all of those things, he would get any platform at all? Well, maybe if he had a D behind his name. Although, in this case, I mean, it's actually the least they could do after all the times that their theories and their wishes that he was corrupt, as they are, have been debunked. Not to mention, by doing that to Trump, they also do that to and for what I believe now is over half the nation, or at least half the voters in the nation. Never could figure out how they... Well, I was going to say, I think this is one of the reasons why they were screaming math is racist. Because if you actually add up the numbers... if you add up the numbers, you're not allowed to say this, but there wasn't 81 million votes left over. How about that? Ranger, is that actually your panic room? Panic room Jodie Foster would be jealous of. Why? Maybe I'm missing a reference there. However, I'm hoping that this small, very controversial, yet ratings-grabbing gesture, after all the ranting that they've been spewing, that folks don't just immediately fall for it and start watching and trusting CNN again. And, you know, just because they had him on there doesn't mean they're going to be honest. In fact, if you actually watched it, it wasn't honest. I don't trust none of them. I haven't trusted them for a really, really, really long time. Not to mention, again, the town hall wasn't a town hall. It was yet again another way for them to try to drag Trump. They pulled the same bullshit that they always pull on him and expected a different outcome. Expected him to be nicer. Expected him to say different things this time. Really? The weirdest part and most transparent, now that everybody's been talking about it and we've been seeing it and everything and seen it and watched it over and over and over again, was, in my opinion, the audience that was supposedly full of Trump supporters or Republicans. I wonder how they vetted that audience, especially for CNN. They must have had to have just came out and asked these people, "Are you a Republican? Or what political affiliation are you?" They must have had to do something like that. And the first guy that asked the question about not talking about the 2020 election anymore, could that have been any bigger of a plant? I mean, especially after the 23-minute conversation that they had just had about it, and it being the absolute very first question they asked him, while pointing and saying, see, he won't shut up about that lie. Which actually, now that it's been, how long now? 3 years now? Almost 3 years now? Finding out more and more that it wasn't a lie. Does no one remember the Newsweek article that came out a mere days after the election? That claimed that they fortified this election by the way that they reported the news, etc., regarding Trump, meaning they would only give quarter to those that bashed Trump. We saw that. And the silence or cut off, and then they would silence or cut off anyone else that wouldn't or even tried to remain neutral, that wouldn't bash him. You know, a lot of people don't just go around bashing people for no reason. You know what I mean? Even if others do it, or others are doing it, or you got a huge crowd doing it, there are some people, I'm one of them, that just doesn't go out there and bash people because everyone else is doing it. Let's see. They literally admitted it. All right, they literally actually admitted it in this case. In like I say, the very first article, a couple of days after the election. Even Jimmy Dore covered it when it happened, and he's a leftist. Now, we're getting all kinds of reports that everyone was in it for Biden, including the FBI in the controlled and planned censorship of the laptop from hell. And the signatures for a talking point to help Biden get elected. In fact, you can look through the terms of service to Twitter before Elon and YouTube still about questioning anything to do with the 2020 elections. Yet another reason for the alternatives. I am actually, I forgot to remind you when I started the show that I'm live streaming on Odysee, YouTube, and Rumble at the moment. And of course, if you keep supporting the channel, I will be able to add Pilled and Twitter, which I'd actually like to be able to add Twitter. As we have every right to question even the most honest of elections. I mean, that is the American thing. But that is but one thing that is guaranteed by our First Amendment. The second win, and I was just talking about that, within a 7-day period was the complete and total exoneration of President Trump with the Durham report for the, believe it or not, 2016 election. Which the Dems have not only been denying with impunity, I might add, but trying to overturn even almost 3 years after Trump's term. Now, you heard me. Term. Not election, not inauguration, term. So he was president for 4 years, and here is 3 years later, and they're still trying to erase that, if you will, or overturn that. It doesn't... So that meaning he hasn't been in any kind of power for almost 3 years, and they're still trying to turn over an election. That's why I say, while not allowing anyone to even talk about the 2020 election, unless it's a hurrah for Brandon, for a doddering old racist, liar, crook. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't Oprah once say on one of her podcasts or something like that, that guys like that just needed to die off? Oprah, you got some splaining to do. All right. It's to the point where even CNN has concluded. Special Counsel John Durham concludes FBI should never have launched full Trump-Russia probe. Yeah, because they based it on something that somebody was paid to make up by none other than Hillary. Special Counsel John Durham concluded that the FBI should never have launched a full investigation into connections between Donald Trump's campaign and Russia during the 2016 election. Excuse me. According to a report compiled over 3 years by the Trump administration appointee and released on Monday. As was, let's say, he had his town hall on Wednesday, and then this happened on Monday. So, like I say, within a week. 2 wins within a week. And actually, there's a third one here. I've got it written down here somewhere in my notes. I'll come to it. Jude says, around 81% of the United States is above the age of 18. 268,110,000 people is only 155 million people voted. That means 113,110,000 who could have voted didn't vote. Yeah, that's true. That's cute. And of course, CNN Jake Tapper says Durham report is devastating for FBI after spending years legitimizing Russiagate. I saw Jimmy Dore cover this. I do believe the only person that's still pushing this crap is MSNBC. Mad Cow, I do believe, is still gushing over, oh, this, there's no way, there was too many things that pointed towards it, this was this Durham person is out of his mind, and blah, 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 blah. Nobody listens to you anymore, girlfriend, nobody does. And the people that do actually are reporting against you. In fact, I like to hear Jimmy Dore talk against her because he always talks about her fake eyelashes. Just because she has fake eyelashes and she batters them at you all the time doesn't mean that she's telling you the truth. That's adorable, Muko. I love all the little kitty memes that you guys send over here. That's one of the things I love about Odysee, is you can get memes and cool GIFs and pictures in the chats. And of course, they're not going to prosecute any of these assholes that they found on here that perpetrated any of this absolute farce. And yet again, another barrage of lies to control you and your lives. They need control so much that they're willing to orchestrate these complex lies and schemes to do so. All the while, knowing that if they get caught, no one's going to do anything. These people are skating still. Every single one of these people that he named on here that did this should be going to prison. Or at least be raided. It should at least be raided. I say start all over again. Defund the FBI. Fire these fuckers that have literally they are supposed to be law enforcement. They've literally turned into an arm of force for the left. For the Democrats. Bobby! Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. You know, why are we not arresting these are literal traitors to the American people. We voted for and put these people up there to represent and protect us and the American people. But the minute anyone, and I do mean anyone, gets even a hint in their way of doing things, which from what I can see hasn't been for the American people since Bush Sr., they try to have them deleted from anyone's view. I mean, look at Alex Jones. Look at the shadow banning and deletion of content creators that have every right to speak out, including you. That's why this is a call-in talk show. The phone lines are still open. Just about everyone knows that J6 was a Fed setup. That's coming out, and they're still trying to double down on that too. And if you don't think that, then you're already a Fed simp. I'm sorry, but I don't think there's going to be any help for you anymore. If you trust the government, though, in this way, you better go and you better go and have an actual talk with some of those Native Americans that you claim to advocate so hard for, yet probably have no fucking clue what trusting the government really means. I bet you're the same people that are the ones still wearing masks everywhere, including alone in your car. That's good though. Let us know who you are. We can stay away from you. And of course you guys know a lot of this Trump stuff is not only to try and keep him out of the White House, which seems to be what most of the country's citizens actually want, but to hide the absolute shit show of migrants that are being invited, or should I just say that are just flooding into the country right now. Not to mention the things being brought to light about the Biden crime family and the report that I just talked about. They don't care that there are patriots and American citizens, most of which are in these predicaments in the first place because of all the bullshit that happened during the lockdowns, in need and waiting care veterans being kicked out of hotels and everything like that for the released migrants. New York Post. Outrage grows over vets evicted from New York hotels to house migrants. Now, you know, these hotel owners or whatever it is, and it's really confusing because the government was paying them to begin with for the veterans. So basically, the government is now paying them more for the migrants. They're paying more for people that have never contributed anything here. Do you think they're going to contribute anything here? Especially if we give them everything the minute they walk in the door? Do they know that they're pushing people out that are in, other people out that are in need? Do they think that America, everyone's just rich and just throws money around and doesn't have any wants, needs, problems of our own? The 20 homeless veterans who were evicted from Orange County hotels this week to make way for a group of migrants are shaken, but soldiering on, which is what they would always do anyway, a spokesman for the group told the Post Saturday. Spokeswoman. We are trying to regain their trust, said Sharon Tony Finch, CEO of the Uric Israel Tony Foundation and herself a disabled veteran. They are very upset because of how they have been replaced, and we are too. Local leaders were quick to condemn the eviction from several hotels in Newburgh and Middletown, which was the first revealed by the Post on Saturday. Oh, they condemned it, but they didn't do anything about it. Talk is cheap, guys. Leaders in the veteran community were quick to denounce the evictions of the former soldiers, many of them struggling with PTSD. These veterans served their country, taking an oath to put themselves in harm's way if need be. And David R. Riley, Sr., American Legion Department and New York Commander, they deserve better. We owe them. Our country, our state, our citizens owe them. Other politicians put the blame on Mayor Eric Adams. That's another thing that they do. They talk a big game and then point the fingers. When all of them are in on it. They're all doing it. They've done bupkis for this, except for go ahead and kick these guys out and put the migrants in there. People that probably wouldn't fight for our country if we paid them. I've seen also, too, some headlines where some of these hotels are now being paid more by the government to cancel wedding parties and receptions and all kinds of paid events to house these folks that don't belong here. In a lot of cases, they're sending these folks to the proclaimed sanctuary cities, and these cities are now finding out that you got to watch out what you wish for. You especially got to watch out for what you vote for. Oh, this is a sanctuary city. Oh, everybody's welcome. Well, nobody thought past their nose to think that that meant the entire earth at that point is welcome. Unvetted people. What can I tell you? However, I do like some of the protests that I've been hearing. This lady is on fire. She needs to run for Congress. This is from Twitter. I meme, therefore I am. And I gotta say, this is actually what I was talking about with Hallie earlier about the black population waking up to this. Mocking the country they just illegally entered and waving the flag from the country they fled. Now that actually confuses me, because if they're asylum seekers from the country, like being persecuted from their country, why are they flying the flag of the country that they came from that was persecuting them? That makes no sense to me, but here we go.
Fuck them and fuck Biden too. I hope Abbott puts y'all on some motherfucking buses and ships your asses off to fucking south side of Chicago. Then you can deal with those motherfuckers because they don't know how to act neither. If this shit at the border doesn't boil your motherfucking blood, can you even consider yourself a fucking American? Americans have been dealing with ridiculous inflation, rent prices that increase daily, and healthcare that is unaffordable and inaccessible to many Americans, and all we get is fucking crickets. These motherfuckers who illegally enter our country, have not paid 1 red cent in fucking taxes, get the red carpet rolled out for them and get free fucking everything. Make the shit make sense. What the fuck do they think they gonna find here? Milk and honey? Baby, the milk and the honey evaporated and dried up fucking years ago. Okay, we are living hand to fucking mouth. Ain't nothing over here but nickels and dimes and hard fucking times. Silver lining is that the Democrats are making the next election very easy for the Republicans. They are handing it to them on a silver motherfucking platter. Most of us never realized how much we fucking needed Trump. I promise y'all, all heroes do not wear capes. Trump 2024, baby.
So, again, sorry, I meant to warn you about the language. Paul Joseph Watson actually has been warning us about this happening here since it's been happening out in open in Great Britain now for almost 10 years. I've been watching him for a while now, and for at least the last 5 years that I've been watching him, he's been talking about this. France and Italy, too. There are literally places now in Great Britain and France and places like that that the cops won't even go to because of the immigration, as they call it. How does a country, or even a state, this is another thing that doesn't make any sense to me either. How does a country or even a state resign to just giving up part of its property and land to folks who have no intentions on contributing to the community as a whole, have no intention on being part of this nation, if you will, who in fact demolish the areas that they are given, then go out to the surrounding areas and communities and create more havoc and try to ruin their areas and everything like that too. What the hell, man? Can you believe that in some of our blue cities that the folks actually voted for this shit, but now they're complaining? Stop voting for these folks that promise you everything and never give you anything. I've mentioned this before in several of my videos before. It's like these people promise you every time they come back, sometimes every 2 years. Oh, well, this time I just need a little more time. This time I promise I'm going to get that for you. And does it ever come? No. In fact, they start raising your prices. They start raising your taxes. They start getting rid of your cops. But you notice they all have cops. They all have armed guards. They all have protection that they gleefully take more and more and more and more of your money to buy. So now CNN supposedly has some new evidence that Trump will definitely go to jail this time. For now, about his conduct with the classified documents. They're going back to that now. That the FBI actually raided the house, his house for. CNN now has supposedly gotten some documentation from the archives, whatever it is, association or whatever like that. I'll let her tell you.
Out front tonight, Trump knew. CNN reporting exclusively tonight that the National Archives is set to turn over 16 records to the special counsel, and that these 16 records show Trump and his advisors were well aware of the proper process to declassify documents. And as we know from the results of the raid on Trump's Mar-a-Lago, that process was not followed.
That's not true. That's not true. How would he have had those things to begin with if that wasn't the case? And they haven't, these things prove that he knew what he needed to do. They don't prove anything farther than that. They don't prove the rest of it. And the raid didn't prove that either. So again, here we go again. MSNBC actually is also claiming, this is something else I didn't get a chance, I just saw a quick blip go across my screen. I might cover it later. But MSNBC is now claiming that Trump and Giuliani, you're not going to believe this, were selling pardons for $2 million each. American Dream, welcome to the show. Toasty! You're late, dude. But welcome. I appreciate y'all being here. All right. So like I say, I saw something on MSNBC now that they're claiming that Trump and Giuliani were selling pardons for $2 million each. So here we go with more crap. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop until Trump is gone. Essentially. They've already proven that. In fact, there was something else that came across my feed too. Jimmy Dore. Something Jimmy Dore covered about... Bill Maher's TDS. He was talking, I think he was talking on his podcast to Dr. Phil. Both of them, in my opinion, are hyped up TV personalities anyway. But Dr. Phil pretty much told Bill Maher that he needed to get over his TDS. The man hasn't been in power for 3 years, and you're still on about him over here. He says, why aren't you... He says, politics don't mean anything. The politics... I don't give a crap about the politics. He says, it's the culture that I'm worried about. He says, here you are still worried about somebody that hasn't been in power for over 3 years now. And we've got problems with kids killing their grandmothers and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, Dr. Phil let Bill Maher have it, which is good. It's good. So, but again, here we go again. And of course, this stuff just keeps going on and on and on and on and on and on. Because you got people like Bill Maher with TDS that just can't stop talking about him. The Views, the same way. The man hasn't been in power for 3 years. Now, they're scared to death that he's going to get back in power again. But does anybody really realize, did he really hurt these people that much? Basically, it proved, from what Jimmy Dore was saying, basically it proved that these people don't have anything against Trump, supposedly his policies and the way things that he run the country. They just don't like his personality. They don't like him. That's all it is. They don't like his personality. He's too big for them. He's too out there for them or whatever. And, you know, that part's okay, but you can't just discount him. I think a lot of them are jealous of him because he's way richer than any of they are. Even though I know that all of these TV personalities have plenty of money. It's one of the reasons why they're pushing the things that they push, because it's not going to affect them. They're going to have plenty of money to be able to heat their homes when even prices go up 3 to 4 or 5 times. You know, they can afford the electric cars that everybody's pushing, and that they'll be able to pretty much drive wherever they want to drive when everything else is banned, that nobody else can afford. You know, these people are always talking about how we need to do this and we need to do that. Even this comedian on the on the Miller Lite commercial. This stuff's not going to affect her. In fact, she's paid to tell us what to do as far as that goes. She gets paid whether we pay attention to her or buy their product or not. Oh, let's see. Jude. This is what it's like being a Republican in a Democrat state. Is it really, Jude? Do they do that to you often, do they? Looks like he's handling it pretty well there. Let's see. Beers are going down fast. I hope you're not drinking Bud or Miller Lite. Actually, Yvonne, you came in just after I posted the video that, or just after I did the premiere video, but I will post it later after the show. What's Gay Adam up to? Yeah, I haven't seen him today either. Everyone that vilifies DJT calls out their own crimes. Pretty much. Mainly because of the fact that they've always done this. This has been the Democrats' mantra since I can remember. Even back when MLK was alive and when they killed Kennedy and all that other stuff, it's always been point the finger. They've always done the Goebbels mantra. Point the finger and blame the other side for exactly the thing that you're doing. And it has never stopped. That's another reason why they've never changed that. It's another reason why I can't believe that we're not farther ahead of them. Because they always do that. They create the problem and then turn around and point the finger at everybody else for it. And then claim that they're the heroes for taking more money and not solving it. But nobody else solves it either. Of course, I'm pretty sure that that's because of the fact that it's like, well, I didn't cause that problem. Not to mention the fact that the problems that they are causing are in places where there are no opposition. Are there Republicans in Chicago? Are there Republicans anywhere in New York? The cities, I mean, the big cities, the places that actually rule the entire states most times. Because that's where most of the population is. You know, are there any Democrats in LA? Are there any, or excuse me, a ton of Democrats in LA. Are there any Republicans in LA? Are there any Republicans in San Francisco? Or enough to make any kind of a difference in these hellholes now? In fact, if I remember, I think I did a video when I first started doing this about 2 years ago. Because that question was asked. When, I think it was during the Summer of Love, that question was asked by several Democrats. Why aren't the Republicans standing up and doing anything? There aren't any! There's none there! And the ones that are there, you invited them out. In fact, I found an article that said de Blasio basically said that Republicans don't have the same values as we do, and since they're this and this and the other, they all kinds of, you know, the drill. You can get out. He basically invited them out. And guess what? They listened. Obviously. I mean, come on, man. So don't be looking to everybody else to solve your problems. And that's probably, like I say, that's probably either because they don't exist there. They're not there in these places anymore. They've been invited out. Or they're just, as I say, they're just not there. Don't be expecting anybody else to come in and fix your problems. Another reminder from Laura, we did. I didn't say that. All right. Wow. I'm a little bit ahead of myself here. Let's see. What do I got next? I got a couple of funny things. Actually, speaking of California, and this was somebody mentioned something about Gavin, bang your wife Newsom. I don't know who this guy is. Let's see, TikTok. Tovar Life Insurance. Oh, okay. Just some life insurance guy out there. Life insurance actually is a equitable business. I used to do it. It's not easy. Okay. Clown World posted this, but it is priceless. Can you see it? Okay, watch. Watch this. Like I say, this is priceless. It is.
I got trouble running a business, man. Can you imagine running an entire state?
Look who's sitting behind him there.
Biggest states in the world. A state so big, it morphs most countries. I can't even imagine having idiots all over the place working for you. Everybody's got their own agenda. And they don't understand budgets. Most of these people can't even count, read, or write. That's fucking crazy. I got trouble running up.
And it sounded like Newsom could hear him too, so that was that was great. So yeah, it's funny. And it's kind of weird. Why is he out in public and out in the open like that? Is he trying to prove to people that he's just like them, or something like that? So, let's see. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything on my notes here. Okay, phone lines are still open. If you guys have anything to say, had an awesome conversation with sorry, man. Name escapes me. The not Super Trucker. Somebody remind me who I talked to last week. 'Cause I'm a blonde, yeah. Just getting old, man. Getting old. So much information running through my brain. Sometimes it's way too much. But yeah, Hallie had asked earlier, do I really think Trump can beat Biden? In a fair election, yeah. In fact, if the last election was fair, it would have, yeah, he would have won. They did this. They did everything in their power you know, and if you notice any kind of patterns or any of those stuff, they did everything in their power to try and cancel Donald Trump, including the virus. I believe a lot of that was part of the plan too. Like I say, they were doing everything they possibly could. I'm actually surprised that as few people died as they did. There was a lot, and it was too many, but it could have been way, way worse. And we don't know how bad it might get either, if you guys know what I'm talking about. All right. A couple of funny videos. I might be getting off here early. I just I thought I had more to I thought I had I was talking longer. My notes are really long. You guys will enjoy this. If you watch Tyler Zed today, you've already seen this, but I don't know a lot of people that watch him on a regular. I let Dave do some of my work for me, if you will, I guess. Here you go. This is actually this one will catch you off guard, but it's hilarious. It'll make you spit your beer out.
Okay, so you guys need to see this, and you need to confirm that I'm not crazy, because I've been seeing this every single night for 2 weeks here. I come to this beach and I sit down and tell me if you guys are seeing this, all right? This is gonna fuck you up, because it fucked me up. I have to sit and I'm gonna look straight up and watch. Just tell me if you guys are seeing this. I'm gonna try and point it out. Okay, so look in the center of those clouds right there. It's gonna happen. It happens every night at the same time. Wait, there it is. There it is.
The first comment on that was, it's a tooting star. Everybody else is saying that they trusted him. Oh, we trusted you. That was harsh. Oh, the first comment was the best though. A tooting star. Now, even Muko thought that was funny. That one was hilarious. Like, every once in a while, Dave will pick out a good one or two. Most of the time, he likes to try and make Tyler Zed jump. So he'll do those ones where somebody's shooting and everything like that. It gets real intense, and then all of a sudden, something jumps at you and the screen and makes you jump. Or they'll be digging in something like that, and all of a sudden, a spider jumps out or something like that. So, have to watch out for those videos. Hey, Rocky. Oh, Rocky. You asked for the link to the video of that woman that was protesting the migrants. You gonna use it tonight? Are you gonna use my video that I did with the machete too? That'd be cool. That needs to go viral, and I'd like to see other women doing something like that. These companies need to stop using us for this stuff and lecturing us. Show us your fucking product and get on with your day. If I wanted a lecture, I'd go back to school. And nobody certainly doesn't want a lecture during recreational drinking or recreational anything for that matter. So, hello to the pond if I'm being simulcast out there. If I didn't mean to forget you guys out there. Pastor Chatelet is one of my main monitors over here, moderators over here and everything. That is so cute. I love that Muko talks in kitty memes. That's actually kind of original. I've seen a lot of cat videos, I've seen a lot of cat memes. It seems to be the internet, but I've never seen anyone speak in cat memes. I think that's cool. I think that's very cool. There's so many memes out there that you can actually you can actually become your vocabulary. That's interesting and cool. So Muko, don't ever leave, man. Okay, I is being simulcast on the pond. Come over here and get my numbers up and at least give me a like or a fire or whatever like that. And of course, share. We still got about 20 minutes. Hit that fire button, Jude. Don't do it like that, though. People still light farts. That was actually one of the most memorable things, other than being 7th or 15th row at the one of the very first Van Halen concerts. Was one of the guys up in the front stood up on somebody's shoulders or sat up on somebody's shoulders, something like that, and lit the biggest fart I've ever seen. It was huge. Why they didn't stop the concert for it or anything like that, but it was one of those things, and for my view, it was one of those things that I turned just in time to see the I'll never forget that. It was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, hit the fire button, but not with your ass, or not with the lighter, or not with, I don't know. Sorry, what? Oh, they disconnected my chat on YouTube here for a second. Okay. So, all right, next on the, I'm trying to pull it out here. Okay. This one, it sounds like this. Somebody told me that this one was filmed last Easter. It says, when you remember, you're at church. TikTok's good for entertainment. I don't take anybody's advice on here, but it sure does give you a laugh every once in a while. So, but yeah, buddy, why'd you did that? Hopefully the pastor didn't see that. Oh, you guys buffering? I'm sorry. Yeah, it looks like it's buffering here too. Although my play wasn't hit. My play wasn't on. Sorry about that. Does that have anything to do though with y'all? Because mine, I'm monitoring mine, but it wasn't playing. So now it's actually stopped. Weird. Okay, yeah, that's my Rumble. Pastor Shadley just shared the Rumble. If things are going bad on Odysee or YouTube, there's my Rumble. All right. Somebody on TikTok. I don't know who this is. Elizabeth 757 New York, but it doesn't look like she actually was the one that made this. But you guys might think this is hilarious. It also gives me the impression that somebody knows that these people are all in the same club, if you will. Check it out.
You guys will never guess what happened to me today.
Did you suffer an embolism, Joe?
What? No.
Concussion?
No.
Cardiac fucking arrest?
No, none of that, Donnie.
Then tell your story walking. I don't want to fucking hear about it.
Come on, Donnie. Let Joe tell his story.
Yeah, let Joe tell his story.
Wait. Did you just fucking refer to yourself in the third person? Who are you, fucking Flava Flav?
Why are we scrapping pimps?
I don't know, Bill. How about you ask Grandpa fucking Pickles over there?
I don't even like pickles, Donnie.
Oh, dear.
Jill says I shouldn't let you bully me anymore, so I think I should put my foot down.
I think we should put you down, Joe, you wrinkly fucking pinata.
I'm starting to think we should just delete this Discord.
Oh, yeah, just like your wife deleted those fucking emails, right, Billy boy?
You keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, Donald, on some full Will Smith shit.
Careful throwing those kinds of haymakers there, Bill. Wouldn't want to see old Arthur Arthritis break any fucking bones now, would we?
Fuck you, Trump. Bring my wife into this again. I dare you.
Ooh, yeah. God forbid we mess with the WWE Tag Team Champions, Hillbilly fucking Clinton.
Oh, shit. WrestleMania Bing Bong. That's a 3-zip toe tag body bag. Good work, Donald.
Leave Bill alone, Donnie, you wide-set walrus-looking ass.
Best not to get involved here, Joe. You already got a head like a smashed-in fucking cantaloupe. One more knock could kill you.
You're just mad because Jimmy Carter said you were the worst president in the history of this country, you petty asshole.
Papa Jim's in hospice care, Joe. Not so sure we should be sipping any of his fucking Kool-Aid, you sun-dried fucking tomato.
If anyone looks like a fucking tomato here, Donnie, it's you, homie.
Oh, shit. Almost forgot you were there, Barack. You know, Kind of like your forgettable term in office.
Oof, that's heat. Donald stays swinging on these fools.
What are you, his fucking cheerleader? If you're so into collapsing towers, Bush, how about you tackle Trump's next?
How about you tackle an AA meeting, Bill? Or better yet, how about Sex Addicts Anonymous?
Holy shit, where'd you be with the bazooka?
Yeah, today and on 9/11.
Fifth Amendment representative, motherfucker.
Why do you always dangle that in front of our face, Bush?
I can dangle my nuts in front of your face instead if you prefer, Joe.
Ew, yuck.
Now ain't no one need to see that shit.
Yeah, that's fucking disgusting, Bush.
You're the specialist on all things disgusting, Bill. How's Monica doing?
Wait, what the fuck did you call me?
I said Monica, Barack, not minute. You know, never mind.
That's close one, Donald.
Better not let me catch you lacking blood.
Oh, we straight homies, all kosher?
Anyway, as I was trying to say, today I was...
Sorry, General Patton, no time for your fucking war stories today. See you tomorrow, Count Cracula.
First a WrestleMania Bing Bong, now a Transylvania Bing Bong. What are the chances?
9 out of 11?
I can live with that.
You guys will never guess what happened.
Anyway, who made this? It's freaking amazing. I guess they were playing a game or they were talking. It sounds like they were talking on Discord or something. That was pretty good, though. A lot of bad language tonight. Sorry, not sorry. It's just the way it is. What can I tell you? Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right, next. When you really need some mental help, go to Forget a Help. I like this commercial.
Mental problems? Are you in the head? Introducing Forget a Help, the first online therapy that's 100% Italian. My team is trained to handle any issues you got, like loneliness.
Lonely? Oh, I gotta introduce you to my son. He's forklift certified. He's got a little bit of a criminal record.
Suicidal thoughts.
Kill yourself? Who's gonna shovel your mother's driveway? Have you thought about that?
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
You think you got OCD? OCD's not a problem, okay? OCD is a clean house.
We'll locate it out of my mother's kitchen in Sunnyside, Queens. We'll make sure all of your calls are private and confidential.
He has one stroke. You're gonna put him in a home. You think that's nice? You think that's a nice thing to do?
We'll talk you through any of your problems with sound advice.
At the end of the day, what are you gonna do? I want you to repeat after me. It is what it is.
We care about our clients.
Have you eaten? You look a little sick to me.
We'll go the extra mile for them.
But honestly, in fact, he crossed the line, so I'm gonna come down there, handle it myself.
So sign up for Forget a Help today. Call 1-800. What are you gonna do?
1-800. What are you gonna do? Oh, that's hilarious. If only there was a help like that, or some help like that, they would definitely change some attitudes and probably talk people out of some of this asinine bullshit that we're having to put up with here lately. Okay, don't forget, after the show, I'm going to go ahead and upload the video that I did for my protest of Miller Lite, since they want to start all of this woke shit, all this feminism stuff. I don't remember anybody, especially women, ever asking these beer companies or anything like that to A, apologize to us for anything, or B, represent us for anything. I would venture to say that a majority of the women that do drink these beers, some of these beers, or did drink some of these beers at the time or whatever like that, drank them because they were hanging with their husbands or their boyfriends or whoever else it was that was drinking the beer. I know that some of my beer drinking, because I'm an Xer, got passed down by my stepdad. So, like I said before earlier, if they'd have just left it alone, more than likely the people that they were claiming to target would probably have been introduced to it by their own families, higher ups, older generation, or anything like that. But no, you guys had to go and try and blamify yourselves for these people, which they weren't asking for either. So he crossed the line, so I'm gonna come down there myself. Yeah. That's what they do. Forget a help. Forget a help. That's called family, Laura. Yeah, it is. Indeed. Indeed. All right, y'all. That's about it for me right now. Don't forget to support all the folks on Rougaroo's interactive schedule, including me. You guys know how to support the channel. You can actually do that anytime. I don't have to necessarily be on air. And of course, you can go to Ko-Fi. You can go to Cash App, any of those, anything like that, and support the show at any time. Hopefully, I'll be able to do another show sometime soon. I would like to do one on Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon or something like that. We'll see. So make sure you share. Make sure you also share out the video that I'm going to post with me chopping the cans and everything like that too. We need to have another protest that goes viral with these beer cans going woke. I'm tired of being lectured. Let me buy your shit or not, and let me go home and live my own life. Some of these people should have zero business lecturing anybody about anything. So, be sure to head on over to the Drunken Rocky Show right over here on Odysee, right after I sign out. Let me know if you guys want me to cover anything or if you want me to show anything. Please make sure that it's not something that will get me kicked off of YouTube. But then again, I don't really give a shit about that. In fact, the faster they do that, the faster I can go on pill.net or whatever like that. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for the support. Toasty! Thank you so much. You get one of these. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Thank you for the comments, the calls. Don't forget to send me your clips and commercials for my show or yours. God bless you. God bless America. I wish you all love, health, peace, and music always. Until next time, AMF.